Too Many Hats podcast with your host with the most, Tony and Lavelle. Every morning from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. We also have Queen Watkins with Clock Bet P. Tune in with us and have a great time. Let's talk about it right here. Too Many Hats podcast.
Top of the morning to you, my good people. Happy Wednesday, Hump Day Wednesday. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, man. There you go. There go Lee Nell. Hey, look, man. We ain't going to take no time this morning. We're going to jump right on into it. But I do want to, again, issue the disclaimer. I'm going to let Lavelle issue the disclaimer this morning.
You already did it.
No, we're gonna have to issue this disclaimer every morning because it's about to take a turn, y'all. That's all I'm gonna say. It's about to take a turn. And again, if you are considering playing this on your speaker at your desk, I would advise you not to do so. I would advise you not to do so because it's finna get sticky, icky, ugly, fugly, nasty, ghastly. It definitely gonna get nasty though, for sure. All right, so I done said that. I done told y'all. I done forewarned y'all to not play this on loudspeaker or in the vicinity of children. Good morning, Grenade. Good morning, Mel Mac. Hey, it is Winning Wednesday, baby. But guess what? Here we go.
Okay. Why do y'all say Monica?
And I kind of went back a little bit on
that
it.
there are no good men out here when there are clearly good men out here.
Well, I just want to say there are some good men. It's just the fact that a lot of women have stipulation. They're trying to look for tall, handsome, and good looking. And like Damon said earlier, he said he's small, he's short, he's small or whatever. But great packages come in small, big packages come in small sizes. So it's not about tall, handsome, and good looking because you're looking over somebody your blessing, and then the one you after is the one that's like going to be the whole ass nigga. Excuse my French, but you know this is for the grown and sexy.
Wait a minute.
This is for the grown and sexy.
Wait a minute. We're gonna be bleeping this show for.
Okay. Bottom line is, if you're looking for tall, handsome, and good looking, you know he may come in short, dumpy, and fat. My mother-in-law, when I was married, she told me, she said, he's just as tall as you are when he's still on top of his wallet. Can't hint. But anyway, don't be looking for first of all, I don't be looking anyway. I tell you this much. I was at Home Depot, the guy approached me, and he said, how you doing? We're on with that. He said, can I vibe with you? Vibe? I'm looking like, I didn't want to be stupid. I'm like, what is vibe? I didn't have time to Google it because he was in my face. I'm like, what does vibe mean? So I asked him, I said, I'm in the home, but I ain't been on a dating scene in a long time. What's vibe? He says, getting to know you better. Oh, okay. So
let's say that then.
Exactly. Say what you mean what to say. But anyway, back to the question. It's some good men out here. Just people just trying to have stipulations on different people. You're looking for the wrong things. Stop looking and let love find you. Let him come to you.
So I think what's happening is that did y'all see the movie? What is it called? Was it called The List or something? The movie, or something like that, where the lady had Whoopi Goldberg was her mama, and she had formulated this list of what the ideal man should be. don't think the movie was called The List, but in this movie, she had this list
Right.
of what this ideal man was supposed to be, and he had to check off all of these boxes on this list. But when you look at the what she had on the list, that's Jesus Jr.
Right.
You know, she was looking for the perfect man. In other words, so I heard it put this way one time. If you ask a woman, say, look, there's a building right here with 7 stories. 7 stories. On the first floor, you go in there, all the men on the first floor are just men that are just nice guys, they have jobs, they do okay. So do you want the men on the first floor or you want to go to the second floor? Oh, I want to go to the second floor. They go to the second floor. These men on the second floor, they do good. They make $100,000. They know how to provide. Do you want that man or do you want the men on the third floor? Oh, I want the men on the third floor. Next, the third floor, they make $150,000. They take care of they providers, they good providers. They take care of it. I want the man on the fourth. In other words, they keep bypassing all these good men to eventually get to the 7th floor where that man don't even exist. So I'm not telling you not to have expectations as it relates to who you want or who you want to be with, but have some realistic expectations.
Right.
And I think that's kind of what Monica was saying too. Be realistic about what you're looking for, what you want. And don't try to, well, a lot of times we find a person and we try to make that person into who we want them to be instead of accepting who they are.
But then you also have to keep in mind that everybody that you meet is involved, and like Damien said, they're in their particular season, and you may meet them in their season where they get ready to transition, and then you walk past them and they become who you need to be at the time, but you don't switch up on them.
So when I met Monica a long time ago.
Old head.
When I met Monica, I was doing everything probably the wrong way. I was doing everything the wrong way. But what if Monica had looked at me and say, you don't check off the boxes on my list? We wouldn't even be 34 years later, we wouldn't be here.
And she didn't put up with your BS.
I ain't gonna say it was me. I mean,
that's what it is.
I made some mistakes.
Yeah. But it's a mistake.
And so, I mean, where does the grace come in at?
Right.
Where does the growth, when you allowing your mate to grow? And, okay, so what if the person is not growing? If the person is the same 10 years ago that you met them, they ain't evolved and changed and nothing, what did you do? You stay there and be miserable? Come on. Come on, Tavo.
How y'all doing?
I think we got a question too.
I think that what he's referring to dating is coming with a resume. Like I feel like women expect you to be like, here go my resume, you decide who you want to talk to.
That's real talk though.
Like
Yeah.
I don't think people understand that the feeling comes first. You know, if you want to vibe with a person, like she said, if you're gonna vibe with a person, you're gonna meet a person. I feel like the feeling can come first. The checklist can come on down the line. You know, a person will never meet all your checklists, but you do have to understand there are priorities. And let's just use the word priorities, right? You have your priorities, then you have like the other stuff that you want to do, right? Let's get the priorities together first. Like, don't come with him with 100 checklists. Let's get the priority checklist. Oh, you have a job, you have a house, you have a car. Like, that's simple stuff. And you figure out the rest later.
So what you're talking about is getting to know somebody. So where does that fit into in today's world nowadays? Getting to know somebody. Because it seems like there's no communication.
They come with the checklist first. They want you to put in a job application, further date you with the resume. She looks at it like, damn, you ain't got the job that I want you to have. I'm not going to talk to you. It is what it is.
Basically, what you're saying, people got high expectation but low preparation.
Come on, preacher man. You know what to say.
If you presenting this resume just like on the job, they got all the benefits that I need. The problem is we presenting the resume, but we still got some issues on our own self. Okay, the person meets your requirements, but you got to realize that you got a funky attitude sometimes. You still got a mouth. You've been raped. You've been molested. You've been verbally abused. They still got to deal with your BS too.
Hey, talk your talk.
Some compromise. Gotta be some compromise.
And I'm glad you brought that up. I'm really glad you brought that up, Damon, because everybody in this room probably has been in a situation where we've been around hurt people that hurt people.
Right.
Or we know of hurt people that hurt people. Why do we hop in a relationship? And then I'm gonna say this quick. I want y'all to answer.
I got one word for you.
But why do we hop in relationships when we ain't healed? When we ain't healed from the first relationship we was just in?
I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Hold on. I don't want you to answer yet. I want you to think about that, marinate.
I don't gotta think.
I want you to marinate on that.
Trust
we got some questions.
What I finna say, I don't gotta think.
We got some questions. Come on with the question.
Okay, I kind of want to like piggyback on what you were saying because I believe too, when it comes to dating, sometimes you meet the right person at the wrong time.
Yeah.
And I think in today's time where it's so much bullshit going on, excuse my French.
That ain't French. That's English, but come on.
I feel like in today's time there's so much BS going on to the point people have just become cutthroat, and they got this thing to where I don't got no feelings. Where in the whole actuality, you just ain't learn how to deal with your feelings yourself.
Yeah.
And a lot of times people move on and talk to other people, assuming that I get in this relationship with this person, they can help fix me, or they can help heal me. And in most cases, like you said, hurt people hurt people.
Yep.
You come out the situation more damaged than you was coming into it.
Yep.
Wow.
So, but my question is, we doing all this talking. How long y'all wait to have sex?
Whoa, brother.
He dipping into my question.
I mean, y'all doing all this talking.
Wait a minute.
I'm gonna let the women talk.
Hold up.
But let me get
Hold up, boss. You dipping into my questions. We're gonna get to that question. So we ain't gonna answer that.
answer the first question?
Now we're gonna go back to my original question.
I got you.
Yeah.
My answer to your question is what our community run from when I say our community, the black community, is therapy. Like people think seeking out for help and getting therapy is just the worst thing in the world. You don't want to talk to a stranger about your problems, whatever the case may be. But let's put it in perspective, right? You go to the doctor, right? You get a checkup, right? You talk to a stranger about what your sickness is. Somebody got to check you in. What's the difference with somebody talking about your mental health? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like our community run from the therapy sessions that they need to get to heal and try to grow. So that's my answer.
All right, Brene, come on, answer that question.
Well, I'm gonna start with this. First and foremost, a lot of people don't realize that they need to be healed.
Yeah.
Like people don't understand that they going through things or they dealing with things that they have not dealt with. So they jump into relationships and it's like, okay, this gonna be like this gonna be like this. And like he said, you see the flaws in somebody else, but you don't see your flaws. It's a lot of self-evaluating that has to take place before you in a relationship, period.
Right.
Yep.
So if, like, I mean, it could be simple as grief. It could be as simple as, childhood trauma, because a lot of people have trauma that they have no clue is trauma, never looked at it as trauma, but it's actually trauma. And those things we carry for years and years and years, and then we adults, I ain't 50 yet.
And we project it off on other people. Yeah.
So it's basically realizing that you actually have things to deal with before going into something.
Wow. Anybody else want to answer that question before we move on?
We missed the sex question.
I got that on my list to ask. I'm gonna ask that question, but I got some other questions before we get to the sex part.
I'm ready for that question.
Y'all ready to get to that sex? Come on, we got one question in the audience.
Can I ask my question?
Yes, ma'am. Come on.
Okay, so I was listening to you all, and let me see. So I stayed married 9 years to a minister. Let me just start right there.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So I was who I was when I met him. And a lot of people used to say, you still gonna go talk to your husband, minister? I said, I was doing this when I met him. God called him. At that point, he hadn't called me.
Right.
So, you understood. So
Right.
I got myself together, stayed
Right.
together 9 years. Would have stayed there longer than that, but he decided to stray away. So somebody says, how many times do you forgive? Okay, so I forgave him. You went down the sidewalk, photos down, you got somebody pregnant.
Lord.
Now you can't
my
pay our
God.
bills, you gotta pay for another baby.
Didn't pay for the baby.
So I gotta deal with this, right? Okay, I'm dealing with you with these 9, 10 months. You don't love me no more like you used to. You can't forgive yourself. So you gotta first forgive yourself for what you've done. Then maybe I could get back to where we were. So it was a no deal. I went ahead and had to get them papers 3 or 4 times, kept throwing them away. I don't know the divorce, kept throwing them away. Well, yeah, you gonna get one because you had a good woman. I thought you was a good man.
Right.
I waited, gave you time, 9 months, talked to the lady, baby, all that is over. So I've been divorced since 1988. How about that? So here's the thing. You meet men who are not serious. It's not a list. I don't have a list.
Right.
The only thing I always say is this. I talk a lot. The last man I was with talked more than me.
Damn.
I don't want nobody to talk more than me.
You supposed to hit that sound effect. Damn.
So I decided, here's what I'm gonna do. I mean, I met somebody yesterday. How do you trust?
You met somebody today?
Yesterday.
Oh, okay then. Come on in here then.
Not that I'm with that person. I'm just like, hey, how you doing? Fine. How you doing? Are you with somebody? No.
But it started
I
off
didn't
as a
ask- I didn't
casual
ask the same-
conversation.
I didn't ask him, was he with nobody?
Right.
Because I'm looking at him like, I made it in my own mind. Yeah, you with somebody. I ain't asked.
Right.
The thing is, the approach. How do you accept the approach? Well, let me get your phone number. I don't know if I want to.
So your question is somebody that's with somebody trying to talk to you, how do you respond?
Oh, I know how to respond to that.
Okay, so what's the actual question?
Yeah,
The
I'm just-
actual question.
Wait a minute. J-Mo tried to get up.
And she wasn't really in the back end, Doc.
J-Mo tried to get her to, what the question is.
She didn't have no damn question.
And then Renee said, so what's your actual question? Oh, man. When I tell you, when she said she talk a lot and he talk more than her, Lavelle, you supposed to hit that button right then.
Damn. That's what I was saying on his side when she was talking. I was saying, damn.
But this is the part right here though. That woman really wanted to get her story out. She wanted, this is why therapy is important. Tabo talked about it. We run from therapy in the Black community.
Mm-hmm.
That's why therapy is important. That lady still ain't healed from 1988, bro. She's still talking about the story from 1988. Nigga, I was just coming out of high school in 86. And she's still talking about it.
That's crazy.
She wasn't healed, so she needed to just be able to vent and share her story, bro. And that's why I kind of let her talk. But I did say, baby, all right, we ain't got all day. So anyway.
She's still gonna come back to the mic though.
Yeah.
Question is, like somebody said, you meet somebody in the grocery store. Okay, they walk up to you. I can't remember which one y'all said.
Yeah, I mentioned it. Yeah.
You meet them in the grocery store. They shopping. That's a good man, maybe. It may not be. He may be picking up food for the house, not his house.
Oh, Lord.
He might be.
But how do you know if you don't talk to him? How do you know he a good man or not a good man?
I don't. So I'm trying to figure out what y'all gonna tell me about that. Y'all got to tell me how I'm going to be able to know that this person is okay.
through
I got you.
conversation-
I got you. I
Okay.
answer.
Hold on, let me give something, then you get. So, first of all, you got to acknowledge, first of all, that that person is trying to have a conversation with you, a grown folk conversation. And conversation goes both ways. So if I walk up to you and say, well, hello, ma'am, how are you doing today? And you look at me and roll your eyes, that's not a conversation.
I said,
First,
that's
no,
what I said.
let me finish.
She
Let me
said she
finish.
talked too much.
So if you roll your eyes at me, one or two things gonna happen with me. I'm gonna say, she don't want to be bothered. I'm gone. Or I'm gonna say, oh, you know, okay then, good meeting you, whatever, and I'm gonna go. Still gonna go about my business. But if you say, oh, hello, how you doing? Okay, now the door has been opened a little bit, and I might say, hey, my name is Tony. You are. You might tell me your name. What you know? So it starts with a conversation. But if you never have the conversation, right? And like Craig got up there and said, sometimes you can meet the right person at the wrong time.
Yep.
You in the grocery store shopping, and we just using the grocery store because you mentioned the grocery store. You in the grocery store, you done just lost a family member. You trying to get some stuff for the repast, and this man, you see what I'm saying? That ain't on your mind talking to nobody. You don't want to talk to nobody. So, but then you might run into that same person again a month later, and you in a better state of frame of mind where you might indulge in the conversation. So you have to be willing, first of all, to at least hear what a person has to say.
Okay.
Now, come on, Bob.
Let me say something right quick. This is one of my mottos that I came up with a long time ago. When you buy precious stuff that's fragile, on the box it has content in it, but on the box it lets you know that it's fragile and handled with care. Everyone that we see has their box on, you just don't realize it. And you got to handle them with care, especially with this world we're living in. You can say something wrong to somebody and they literally shoot you. We don't saw it happen.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful when you approach people, how you approach them. It ain't what you say, it's how
How
you
you
say
say
it.
it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Praise him.
Boss, you want to answer that question? Boss?
Yeah, something to say about?
You said you had something to say?
I did, but Tony, you took it away.
Okay.
So,
Okay, cool.
You put the icing on the cake for me.
Bet. We got another question. Come on, honey. You look beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
Praise him.
Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody.
Afternoon.
I have a question. Newly widowed.
Okay.
Was married for 37 years. Wow. Never thought I would find myself back out here in the dating game.
Whew. I'm praying with you.
My question to the single people is, how do you go about getting back out there? I'm not into the social media thing. If you want to meet somebody.
Good damn question. If you on here and you single, because that lady said she was married for 37 years. And now she is widowed. How do you like get right back out into the dating scene after 37 years?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, like, I felt her, like when she asked that question, I was like, ooh, like, I really need to hear the answer there. So let's see what these single folk got to say.
Ooh. There might be some game though. You might need to go and give an essay, essay.
Come on, boss.
How you doing? I'm Cortavious. Nice to meet you. 31 years old. So.
Oh, damn, okay.
Sound like you're trying to shoot your shot. Wait a minute.
I just want to say this.
Light skin still in.
Bruh, chill. Okay. No, I just want to say this for real though. Like, it's gonna take you to be brave. Just to be honest with you, you gotta get outside your comfort zone. It's not the best thing. It's not the fun thing. It's not something that you see yourself doing, but you just have to do it.
Yeah.
make the initiative. You know, if you put yourself in a position like Home Depot, grocery store, or if you just want to go to a speakeasy, if you want to go to a paint and sip, if you want to go to a place that's doing live band or something like that, like you just gotta put yourself out there and just know that this pool out here is a little dirty. It ain't how it was back in the day. I'm just speaking like I'm older, but I got an old soul. So
The pool is dirty.
It's crazy.
Did this nigga just say he had an old soul?
He did. I think he was trying to hit on a woman though.
He wasn't trying. The boy was shooting his shot right off the rip. Shot his shot.
You said up for him.
Or Cortavious. He didn't say Tabo the boss that time. He said Cortavious. That's when I tripped. I said, he just said he didn't say Tabo the boss. He said Cortavious, 31 by the way. What? He was trying to shoot his shot. But Renee just said something, and I wanted to bring this back up. Renee said, this question shifted the room immediately. It absolutely did. Like when she walked up and she said what she said, asked that question, everybody's eyes just got kind of big because it was like, damn, you're like, how do you fucking move from, how do you go from that to trying to get back out here and you're not a social media person? Like, so how do you really, and boy, Queen said, man, she missed that manly touch. If I'm not mistaken, it's been over a year since her husband passed. Renee said it had been over a year. Yeah, he killed me with that dirty comment about the pool is a little dirty out here. But he was definitely shooting his shot. Definitely shooting his shot.
Just keeping it real.
Ain't no chlorine in it.
So you just gotta understand, like, men don't approach women like they used to. A lot of men approach women like as a benefit. Like, oh, I got this money, I'm this, I'm that. Like, you got the status. That's how most men approach women, with a status. So you gotta understand, like, that's something you may have to look past, or is that something you may have to just see, like, okay, this might what he might be used to. I'm gonna let him know I got my own, I got my own thing. So I just take a little brave. That's what I want to say.
That's good. It's good info.
I got it.
Come on, Monica.
I just wanted to say, you really have to pray. I mean, it sounds cliche, but you pray and you ask the Lord to guide you, because like you just said, it's so much out here in the 21st century. There's so much going on. But if you just pray and ask God and just have him to lead you and guide you. Because me personally, I don't go looking for a guy. Right. They tend to find me. And when I think I'm looking cute, I don't see anybody. But when I'm looking my worst, and I'm looking like really
That's the
my
best time
worst,
right there, though. That's the best
I'm
time.
looking like,
I was finna say
yes,
that.
yes.
Like men, literally, we want to see you when you looking down, cause we know if you looking good when you down, we know you can dress it up.
Yeah.
But this is the part that get us right here. We meet you. You got 18, 25 inches, 30 inches, right? You got your lashes on, your makeup, your heels. Then you get home. Then we see you behind the clothes door. The wig come off.
Eyelashes.
Your eyelashes come off.
The fingernails.
Bang, you done pop 3 nails off, and you looking like a booger bear, and we like,
I'm not a booger bear.
that ain't what we signed up for. So we like to see y'all, not toe down, but we like to see y'all in y'all natural element, so to speak. Because if we can visualize y'all, if we can see y'all natural element, we can visualize what you're gonna look like dressed up. So take it for what it's worth. Go ahead, DeVille. I don't know why you waving that finger.
No, I was just gonna say, sometimes I'm silly, sometimes I'm serious, but my father went through that over 30 years ago, and what I saw him do is he let himself be vulnerable and just let his guard down. Because I think sometimes because because grief doesn't have an expiration date, so you in about 3 different stages at the same time. So you grieving, you're lonely, all that going on at the same time. But somewhere you're gonna have to let your guard down. You know what I mean? But it's, at the same time be protective because you don't want to move too fast. So it's like you in 4 or 5 different seasons at the same time. But like they say, you got to pray and get closer to God, so you can have a open heart and an open mind to be able to receive whoever's going to come through that door. Yeah.
Good stuff, Lavelle.
Thank you, guys.
You actually be serious sometime, huh?
Mm-hmm. Sometimes.
Yeah. All right, so let's jump on to these questions. This is one y'all been waiting on. well, no, I don't want to do that. Because we just kind of talked about, and I think she made a very valid point about, like, not being on social media and all that. But believe it or not, it's a lot of people actually meet now through online dating.
So I really wanted to hit some of these comments really quick before we moved on. I don't want to never not. Let's see. Renee says, woo, and trying to give good advice because it was definitely necessary for her. I definitely think it was necessary for her. And y'all gave some really good advice to her to try to help her navigate through. Whew, that's tough. This one kind of stood out to me because Carolyn Clinton Allen says she was married for 40 years. She says Al had been dead 10 years and she has only been on 2 dates. In 10 years, since he's passed, she's only been on 2 dates. Wow. Renee, you took the words right out of my mouth. Wow. That part better preach. Queen says it's called catfishing when you put all that stuff on. when you have all that stuff on, what you call them eyelashes, Lavelle? I forgot what you call them eyelashes. But the eyelashes, the wigs, like so and that's why I ain't like fancy on meeting people out. Even when I was on the market, I wasn't keen on meeting people at the club. Because when you met folk at the club, you didn't get the natural look. You got that, fixed up stuff. I done seen and heard some stories where people have met women at the club, went home, did a little thing, and woke up the next morning and look at me like, oh my God, what in the hell just happened? And who is this booger bear? So you got to be careful, man, because when you drinking, and we weren't drinking whole Ritas back then, man. We was, boy, we was drinking, and you wake up the next morning and looking at this thing, laying outside you trying to figure what just happened the night before. Rodney said, that's what I told y'all. I don't know what he's saying, but he told us. But he said that's what he told us. Brene said, I love how everybody showed her love, uplifting her with a good advice, and for the most part, complimenting her on how beautiful she was. Sometimes after going through a dark place in life, women need that reassurance that they are still attractive. I love that for her. Yeah, I did too. But when she walked up, that's the first thing I noticed about her, how she carried herself. It wasn't like she had the bald head and all that, but she was she was a beautiful soul. You can tell that just by her walking up. Monica says, absolutely. Carolyn says, one young guy wanted to drive me around in my Cadillac. He was trying to get that Cadillac, and he was trying to get some pension money and some Social Security. Brene said, automatic red flag. Queen said, I definitely agree, Brene. Margaret Ingram said, you have to be very careful these days. Too much of the wrong going on. Yep. Queen says, it's only catfishing when you look completely different you went from baddie to sad, from baddie to saddie, or Beyonce to a human animal. Oh my
Damn.
God. No. Queen said, Miss Ivy is my mom friend. She truly have a good soul, such a sweet and humble person. Yeah, I can tell that. I can tell that just by like her walk when she comes up. Anyway, let's get back into it. Well, yeah, let's get back into it.
Through social media and online dating platforms. How do you guys feel about online dating? Is it something that you would do if given the opportunity?
No.
Okay.
People be catfish.
Man.
Fake pages, all that. No. I need to see, I need to know who I'm talking to. I can't do it. These folks be crazy. You be thinking, and they even do it with children. You think you talking to one person, you meet them, they a totally different person. No.
It is slick though.
Yeah, that
I'm too
catfish
cautious.
is something else.
I'm too cautious of my safety, things of that nature. I need to know who you are. So no.
So
Even, hold on, let me say this. Sometimes it's people that you've actually seen in real life that comes to your inbox and they like, oh, I don't even respect it because you saw me. Say something in person. What you on the internet say?
what if it wasn't the right opportunity though at that
said
time? So I caught you at a time where it wasn't the right opportunity, but then I couldn't say nothing or wasn't in a place, or you weren't in a place for me to say something to you. And then I caught you later, hit you slid in that DM. Now, what you gonna do? You see what I'm saying?
I see what you saying.
She ain't got nothing to say.
She ain't got nothing to say. Okay, all right.
The thing is, I really don't open them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of women don't even open those messages.
Yeah.
Honestly, like
Yeah.
we see it and we don't see it.
Yeah,
So many
my
of them
wife get them and she better not open them.
Oh Lord.
It's so many of them coming through, like it's a ton of y'all. Like,
Shut it down
no.
in the DM.
And she better block them. As soon as they put it in, she better hit that block button. Block. Anywho, so none of y'all are interested in online dating, period.
I mean, personally, I'm not, but if that's your preference, then I don't judge. How you meet people is how you meet people. So that's not my area to say.
Man, shout out to the bartender. Y'all make sure y'all tip the bartender, man. The bartender is making sure she running these drinks to the stage. Like, man, don't y'all get Tavo, the boss, now another drink.
Chill out.
Now another. All right, so
Straight up.
we ain't into online dating. What are the key, and this is an important question, what are the key characteristics you look for when dating?
He ain't talking to me.
Dang.
Oh,
Oh, you talking about preacher man. Preacher man didn't want a God-fearing woman.
Damn.
That part. I would just say keeping it organic. I don't want things by script. I don't want you to come to me with the same old, because I'm gonna get bored. And just keeping it organic. I just like again, I always say I'm a spontaneous person. So,
So what about morals and values? Like,
I mean, that's cool.
that's cool. It better be at the top of your list. They better have some morals and values.
Well, that is true. I mean, I do have all that, but I'm 58 years old, so I'm at the part.
You
of
don't
my
care
life-
about morals and values no more.
I do care about.
You trying to get to that sex question, ain't you, Monica?
No, I'm not.
I think what she's saying though is
No.
at a certain age, some stuff should be understood, right?
Right. I mean, at my age, like it was mentioned before, I don't have time. I don't have time to babysit, and I don't have time to train. Now, at my age, we already know what's to be expected and what isn't to be expected. We already know right from wrong. If you're gonna come to me with some BS, I'm just saying, I can tell in my world, I can tell when somebody's really pulling my leg or just talking crap. Because I'm a talker. I got paid for 35 years to talk, so I know. And I'm a people person too. So if you come at me with some BS, I'm looking like, So yeah, moral and respect, all that's great. but
Okay.
Game recognized game.
What do you consider BS?
lies, cheats.
How do you know if I'm lying? If I come to you and we're having a conversation, how do you know I'm lying? If I'm saying, hey Monica, you know.
If I call you out on it,
What you mean you call me out on it? Like you know I'm lying?
some people can't lie to
You caught me in a lie?
That's a good answer.
They get the stutter.
I need some help.
Monica.
I'm just asking the question because I don't want to hear, because if somebody say, you just with the BS, what's the BS? I need to know what the BS is, because it could be something that I'm doing that I'm not really consciously aware of. Sometimes we do stuff, what Renee said earlier. You got your own flaws and stuff, and you trying to judge other folks' flaws, and you not realizing you're not looking at that beam in your own eye.
Can I say this? A lot of times, folks be like, we can't say the actual word. We got to say BS.
Go, do you, Renee? Do you, girl?
You'll feel better. You'll feel better.
Sometimes folks be bullshitting and you don't know they bullshit.
Yeah, that's true.
People will run a game on you and you will believe that shit. Because it appears to be true. Some people are so good at what they do. They are cons.
They are artists in bullshit.
They're
They pro-counterfeit culture.
They have, they present themselves as what they want you to believe them to be.
Yeah.
So
They
my
bullshitting
thing
off the top.
is, you ain't gonna always know when somebody bullshitting you right off the top. To be like, oh, you bullshit me. Now, by the time you been fell in love, a motherfucker been bullshitting you the whole time.
Whoa! Well, we gonna be.
Tasha, don't give me no another drink. 'Cause I'm gonna turn up in this motherfucker. For real, but it's the truth though. People are real life cons.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody got time for that. So my thing is, going back to your question, which was what characteristics you looking
Yeah.
for. Okay, if I know you a father, I need to know what type of father you are. If I know you working, I need to know what type of work ethics you have. Like, are you a real go-getter? Like, are you really getting your money, or are you just doing this because I know, and this goes to knowing what you bring to the table. When you know what you bring to the table, you want to know what they can bring too. All that I am the table, nah, that bullshit, nah. I need to know what you bring to the table. So, I'm just being real. So, that type of stuff matters. It ain't no, I'm gonna be spontaneous regardless, but I'm gonna make sure I'm spontaneous.
We're gonna need
to
an
the right
altar prayer
motherfucker.
after this.
Man, I love the authenticity, man. Keep it real. Keep it real.
Come on, Damien.
Now, to pick it back off what she was saying about people can act, people can act, but the problem is we do everything backwards. We have sex first, then get emotionally tangled, then we realize they are fools. We don't wait long enough to see if they act.
Don't put sex in this.
We move too fast.
Don't put sex in this.
Don't make your move too soon.
You can't put sex in this, man.
No, a person
No,
know
that's real.
a person know your dick size or before they know you.
You can't put sex in this.
You can't put sex in it.
No,
That's the truth.
not for me.
That's a personal opinion, though.
No, I'm not saying that, but come on, man.
No.
You can't, cause you got it doesn't mean,
No, literally though,
What's the question?
what he said is a very true statement.
Hold on, Craig got some. Craig got some.
Yeah, hold on. If Craig gotta go to that mic, he gonna say something. First of all, hold up.
Y'all ain't tall about
If you leading with sex, where you gonna go if you lead with sex?
Right.
It's a lot of places.
No. If you're leading with sex,
You go to the bed, the bathroom,
a lot
the
of
car,
times that's just what it is.
living room.
When you lead with sex, it's just what it is.
That's when you telling me to
It's
read
a
the
sex
mic.
thing. And for most men, that's what it is. Women, I say this all the time. Women are emotional creatures. Women act on emotion. And if you around here sleeping with men and you getting emotionally attached and you don't know jack diddly squat about him, don't be surprised when you find out he got 6 baby mamas, 3 ex-wives, Don't be because you love with sex. So we gotta get to know. We gotta get back to what Lavelle and I always talked about, the communication piece.
Yep.
Where you sit down, you get to know a person, you talk, you figure out things about them by talking, and you don't lead with sex, which is my next question.
I want to take a pause for the cause because, boy, let me get to these comments because y'all was ringing them in. Queen said, amen. She said that part, she talking about Renee. She telling the truth hands down. That's my girl. Give it to us real. Monica said, mine. Renee was actually shocked at how serious she was. I don't know why. Renee, that's, she gonna get it to you raw and uncut. And Monica finally gave us a definition for her definition for BS. Their words and body language don't match. Okay, Monica, thank you. So true. She said his statement was true though. Yeah. Leading with sex most definitely leads to BS. Come on here, Miss Barbara. I'm telling you, you cannot lead off a relationship with sex and then try to figure out who a person is. It's too late because you done got all emotionally attached and now you find out that this person is a complete psychopath. So why would you do that? Carolyn says, I'm 70 years old. I like to travel and have my own money, but I am mean and carry my pink 45. Damn.
Don't tell nobody.
Wow. Queen said, but if sex happens, it happens. You can be sexually attracted to each other. A one-night stand can turn into a serious relationship. How often does it happen? Not too often, but it could happen. Oh, yeah. But we just saying leading with sex before you get to know a person, it's just, that's almost a recipe for disaster. Rodney says, the complaint I hear from women is, especially those over 45, if they wait all these months to get to know a guy and they finally get to the sex and he can't perform, yeah. You look great at your age. Yeah, she look good for 70. Yeah, she look good for 70. Cal, you look good, girl. You look good, Cal. All right, let's jump on back in here, man. Well, you know what? Let me clock the T first. How about that?
Good morning. Y'all know what time it is. Put them phones down, fingers up. It's time to clock that T with your girl, Queen Watkins. I hope y'all have but y'all know what time it is. It's time to clock that T. Have y'all seen the story of the lady that thought her boyfriend, well, I'm sorry, her fiance was cheating on her, but the whole time he was a cross-dresser? Yeah, let's talk about it. So Amy and Luke has been in this relationship. Apparently they were happy. They were engaged. And Amy began to notice so many notifications coming up on Luke's phone. Now, those notifications had pictures as well and an old girl named Lily. So Amy went and decided to talk to Luke and say, hey, who is this? Luke just kind of brushed it off and was like, it's nothing. So Amy began to get anxious. And so she decided to ask him again. She a good one, baby, because we would have had to have an answer that first time. I'm seeing the notifications. I'm seeing the pictures. What do you mean? It's nothing. It's something. But let's continue. So she began to get anxious because she kept seeing these notifications day, night. She kept seeing them. So he finally was like, okay, I have to talk to you about something. So he decided to tell her that the person, Lily, that she was saying was him. He likes to cross-dress and dress like Taylor Swift. He said he gets a lot of a lot of fans, people that are saying, oh, he looks great. And it's a hobby for him, it's something fun for him. And Amy, at first, she didn't know how to take it. But as he continued to explain himself, she began to support him in his endeavors. She was starting to help him with his wigs and his makeup to make sure that he was on point for his photos that he's posting on social media. That your engaged man, your fiance, look at me coming up with different words, your fiance is online trying to look like Taylor Swift, and he's telling you he's not a transgender. None of that. He just have fun cross-dressing with your makeup on and your wigs and dresses and shit on. And so she's looking at the pictures and baby, she's liking it. Okay, cool. We can work with it. And oh boy was like, he was so happy because his fiance understands him and understands what he likes and this, that, and the third. And they can just live a happily ever after. See, that's where I say, y'all never know what some people are okay with. So just be yourself, baby, because people are accepting some of any and everything, because ain't no way. Not for me. Only person wearing wigs and makeup in the house is the women. I'm that I'm going to be okay with. That I'm going to be okay with. I'm not finna, babe, don't come to me some you like cross. That's fine. That's fine. You just can't cross dress with me. You can like it all day long. You can go do it. You go to the drag shows and all that, but you're not gonna do it with me. I got with a man because I wanted a man, not one that likes to play like a woman. All right, y'all, that's all the tea that I had today. Make sure y'all tune in to 2 Million Heads Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. sharp. And don't forget to stay tuned for your girl, Queen Watkins. Clock that tea. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye.
I forgot to unmute myself. Queen says, riding and standing there will piss me off. We care about each other, and you can't put it down. I would be pissed. And Monica hit us with the Google eyes. Rodney said that's what they complain about. Brene said not for me in this story. She's talking about this man. Monica says, I love you, Tony, but I would not support dressing you like me. Us sharing wigs and Ruby Woo lipstick. Sorry, not sorry. You ain't got to worry about it because I ain't trying to put it on. Unless it come from your lips, baby. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Not for me, Carla said. It's so much out there now, for sure. But the fact that she was okay with it, let me know that she kind of crazy herself. That's a little weird. So, let me see. Do we got time to jump into this last question? I don't think we got time. Let me see where we at.
About sex on the first date or when is sex up?
Okay. See where we at. 108. We're going to stop at 108. We're going to continue tomorrow. 108. We at 108. All right. So we're gonna start with that tomorrow, the sex question. And I told y'all is it get juicier and juicier. It get juicier and juicier, I'm telling you. But man, when I tell y'all we had a ball, and I really can't wait to do it again. So I know, Lavelle, you put together a flyer with some upcoming events and things that we got going on. Let's see. So he's kind of put it out there. Here are your opportunities to donate and give. He put our fan page out there. our Facebook. You can scan those QR codes to join our fan page or our Facebook group, community group. We got the Cash App on there and the Cheddar if you want to donate or give to any one of the things that we're doing for our community. We also have the Easter egg hunt coming up this Saturday. The second annual Zellick Fame Whitehaven Easter egg hunt at the Blue Cross Blue Shield David Carnes Park from 11 to 1. Again, if you want to donate the plastic eggs with the candy in it and cakes, bring it out. Don't come out there at 11 to do that. Try to bring it out there, between 10:30, so we can try to, get that stuff, hid for the kids and all that stuff. And then come back and bring your children between 11 and 1. So we definitely can't wait to do the actual show again. We are planning, just so you guys know, we are planning a 2 Men in Hats party. It's gonna be coming real soon. Lavelle, you gonna DJ or you gonna let Quiet Storm or Azor or DJ or something?
It don't matter to me.
Well, we were talking about it last night, Mark and I. She said, hell, Lavelle know how to talk. He know how to DJ and mingle.
Absolutely.
She said, I said, well, I don't want him not to be able to mingle. She said, hell, Lavelle be mingling and DJing.
Mm-hmm.
So, but anyway, we're gonna plan that really soon here. So we're not gonna do the podcast at the party, y'all. We coming to just party and have a good time. We are gonna do a live podcast again, but this time we're gonna do it around couples. This one is gonna be around couples, so we're gonna actually invite some couples to come and be a part, and we're gonna talk about, being a couple and what it takes to be a couple. And this is gonna probably get really interesting too, because hopefully Don will be able to be there, be on stage. Lavelle and Monica will be able to be there, and we'll just, we don't want to invite all these other couples and we not, there. So that's gonna be our next one. Anywho, thank you guys again for always supporting karaoke. Yeah, we can do karaoke at the party if y'all want to do karaoke at the party or do karaoke or whatever, but that's fine too. It was something else I was saying. Oh, we bowling the 25th. Let me make sure I'm right on that date. We're going bowling at South Strike Zone in South Haven on, I think it is Friday the 25th. Let me make sure. Yeah, Friday the 25th. We're gonna be bowling at Strike Zone from 7 to 9:30. So make sure if you guys don't have anything to do, put it on your calendar so you guys can come out and just kind of hang out with us. Just bowl, just kind of have a good time, man. We try to get together, man, to socialize and with our viewers and listeners and just our community, and just have a good time. So definitely looking forward to you guys coming out and sharing with us on that day. All right, Lavelle, come on. Give us your thoughts.
I'm still tripping out this panel, man. That was so funny. Y'all is a mess.
It was truly exciting. Like, it does make a difference who's on your panel and who you I realize everybody's not as vocal as some people, and it's good to have a mix on your panel, and we definitely had a mix. So thank you guys again.
Yeah, man. Hey, man. Kind of found out I would be DJing Saturday morning. I forgot. So I'll be there. Reach out there. So yeah. There we go.
All right.
I want to say thanks to I sent out some invites to like the fan page, and I think we got probably about 30, 40 likes on our fan page yesterday. So make sure y'all share the fan page. All that good old stuff. Appreciate y'all. I got a bad echo. Can't figure out what it is. I don't turn my stuff down. But it's all good. We're going to pray anyway. We're going to pray with the echo, with the sound effects. Let us pray. Most gracious eternal God, our Father, Lord God, we thank you for waking us up this morning, starting us on our way, giving us a reasonable portion of health and strength. Lord God, just thank you for life and life more abundant to continue to touch everything that we put our hands to that you have given us. Lord God, continue to touch Tony family, Queen family, my family, every family that's assembled, that views with us. And Lord God, thank you for just keeping us in our right mind, Lord God. We actually do this in your darling son, Jesus' name. And we said, amen.
Man, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Same bat time.
Same bad place.
Too Many Hats. Let's talk about it.
It's the Too Many Hats podcast with your host with the most, Tony and Lavelle. Every morning from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. We also have Queen Watkins with Clock Bet P. Tune in with us and have a great time. Let's talk about it right here. Too Many Hats podcast.